The Trump administration is ordering food manufacturers to phase out petroleum-based food dyes, all part of the Make America Healthy Again initiative led by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Petroleum-based synthetic food dyes are in many popular grocery store items, including cereals, sports drinks, and snacks. And joining us now is Scott Faber, Senior Vice President for Government Affairs with the Environmental Working Group. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
What is your reaction to the news, and do you expect we'll see the FDA commit to the elimination of these dyes?
Well, while states like West Virginia and maybe New York have actually banned these dyes, all the administration has so far done is asked food companies to voluntarily remove these dyes. And so far, the food companies have declined to do so. So while it's good news that states have said you can't sell your products in our state if they have these dyes, unfortunately, RFK and his team have not yet required food companies to do so. The other good news is many countries around the world have already banned these dyes, including Canada. So we know that food companies can quickly replace these chemical dyes with natural colors.
Can you talk about the health risks certain food dyes have on people?
Yeah, we know now because of many different kinds of evidence, including studies of kids after they eat these dyes, that some kids, not all kids, but some kids suffer from the neurobehavioral harms caused by these dyes. They become inattentive, restless, harder to concentrate. And you can imagine how that would make it harder for kids to learn when they're at school.
And you've been talking about the changes in the food dyes elsewhere. Are there companies here that have already made those changes?
Yeah, so thankfully, many companies in response to state laws in California, West Virginia, Virginia, Utah, maybe New York soon, have already begun to reformulate. Peeps, which a lot of folks enjoyed just this last weekend, for example, have reformulated to get out of Red 3, one of the most troublesome dyes. But more importantly, when Europe required all of these companies to put a warning on their foods if they contained one of these dyes, companies quickly reformulated within a year. So we know they can do it. We simply have to write the rules so that they are required to do it.
So for regular consumers who want to avoid synthetic dyes, what label reading tips can you give them to stay safe?
Yeah, you know, it's the number one guarantee is that your food does not contain a synthetic color or chemical dye is if the food is organic. Organic foods are prohibited from having one of these synthetic colors. The next step, if you, because many of us can't afford organic, is the next step is to simply read the label and look for red 3, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1, blue 2, sometimes listed, yellow 5 listed as tartrazine. It's not hard to avoid, but you know, it shouldn't be up to consumers. Ultimately, our food should be safe, right? Everyone agrees with that. And it's up to the FDA to say, hey, if some kids are being harmed by these dyes, they need to go.
Well, Scott Faber, Senior Vice President for Government Affairs with the Environmental Working Group, we appreciate you taking some time to talk to us today.
Thanks, Mary.